Robert, how are you playing that music through Zoom? Ooh, let's check it out. If you haven't been on the channel before, my name is Robert Kennedy III, RK3, that's me. Today we're gonna talk about how I bring music into Zoom sessions. But before we jump into that, if you haven't had a chance just yet, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share the channel if you wanna learn more about the techniques and the technologies of storytelling. As a speaker, trainer, workshop presenter, one of the things I love to do is make sure that my audience has a lot of engagement, and I use music quite often to set up the energy for each session. Now, there are a lot of different ways that people try to bring music into Zoom sessions. Some people try to do things like playing music on their cell phone and then bringing the cell phone real close to the microphone. Or a lot of people get a Bluetooth speaker and try to hold that close to the mic so that we can hear it. Or worse, some people get a big speaker and try to hold a microphone really close to it. I'm going to show you two ways that you can bring music in through Zoom. The first way is quite simple and everybody can do it. It makes things really nice for you. The second way, it involves a little bit more, but it definitely bumps your production value up a few notches. Okay, if you're already in the Zoom application, there are a couple ways that you can share sound. If I go down to the bottom toolbar of the Zoom client, I'll click on share screen and the share screen dialog pops up. I'm gonna share, let's say that I wanted to share something from YouTube. I'll select the application itself, and then I'll go to the bottom left and I'll click share sound. And then when I choose share, I should be able to click on any video and play the sound right through Zoom. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing my Zoom sound, and I'm gonna show you the second way really quickly. If I go back down to the share screen option, right at the top, there's a tab that says Advanced, and that allows me, if I want, to share music or computer sound only. And then if I click on the share button, it now allows me to share any computer sound on my computer or any sound on my computer. So what I've done in this case, I brought up, let me close these. I use QuickTime Player. I'm on a Mac, and I can play any sound or any music tracks that I want. Actually, let me play this from my, all right. All right, so I can play. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to turn the sound up and down as well. I can control the volume from each of these little applications or these little players inside of QuickTime. Okay, then I can stop share when I want to. But there's another secret weapon that I use when I'm playing music on Zoom sessions, and it's an app called Farrago by a company named Rogue Amoeba. I don't know how you pronounce it. Farrago, one of them. And what it allows me to do, it allows me to pull music and sound effects into a soundboard that I can then play through Zoom. So for example, using the same second option here, if I go to share screen and I choose advanced, all right, I choose the advanced tab, and then I choose music or computer sound only. I share that, and then I can go in and play I can go in and play the sound here, and it does several things. I can change the volume if I want. It also allows me to fade music out, right? And I can also play multiple things at once if I want. So for example, I want to do sound effects. I can do those sound effects if I make a corny joke. Or if I want to introduce something, check this out. Right, so I've been able to play two sounds at once, and I can do that by clicking the specific box on Farrago, or I can use my keyboard to trigger that. So I'm clicking on the 5, right? And so that really makes things a lot more engaging and powerful for me in some of my sessions. But what if I'm doing a session where maybe there's another presenter and that presenter is sharing the screen and I want to be able to play music or play some different audio effects underneath at the same time? Since we can't both share sound at the same time, there's another thing that I use to be able to work around that. So the second part of my arsenal here is, and there's another app by Rogue Amoeba, is an app called Loopback. And what this allows me to do is it allows me to route several different applications into one and be able to port the sound through one set of channels here. And so here's what I do. I go into my Farrago, and that's what I'm going to call it. All right. And what I can do is I can create, you see that I've already got several virtual mics there created, but what I can do is I can go in and create a new digital device, and I'm going to call this one Scarlet 1. Oh, I wish I could spell, my goodness. All right, I'm going to call this one Scarlet 1, and I'm going to delete this pass-through device because I don't need it. And I'm going to add a source, and my source is going to be that I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose my Scarlett microphone. And you can see that because I'm talking into that right now. Okay. And let's do it this way. So what I'm doing here is, because the mic itself is a mono device going into stereo output, I can just take these virtual cables, I can click them and route them to the channel so it comes out as stereo, and then I can delete the one that I don't need. All right. So you can see that. And the second thing that I will add, I'll add another source, and that other source is going to be my Farrago app. And so if I go down to the Farrago, if I play a sound from the Farrago, all right, you'll see that that sound is playing for me. Okay. So once that is in, the second thing that I want to do is I'll want to uncheck the mute when capturing here so that both of the sounds can come through together. And now if I go down to Farrago, all right, you'll notice that inside of Loopback, that sound is playing, is going through. All right, so you see both of those. Now, the thing that I will need to do next is, if I want to use that inside of Zoom, then I'll go down to Zoom, and inside my speaker area, I will choose Scarlett 1 as my speaker or as my microphone. That way I can play through the same channel as my microphone. Okay, so I can literally be talking and you can hear the sound at the same time. And if you'll notice in Loopback, both levels are going at the same time. Okay, so I can tell a bad joke. What did the rabbi say? Okay, I don't have any jokes. All right, so that's pretty much it. And what that really allows me to do, again, it allows me to just do so much more. It allows me to have so much more control. I can play music, I can play sound effects, I can do all of these while somebody else is sharing, while other things are happening inside of Zoom as well. So there it is. That's my secret weapon. There it is. That's the behind the scenes. That's all I've got for you right now. Listen, don't forget to subscribe and share and like the channel. You'll be hearing a lot more from me on the techniques and the technologies of storytelling, helping you to up your game, helping you to connect with people even more impactfully and in an engaging way, especially when you're using applications like Zoom for virtual meetings, virtual events, etc. I'll see you in the next video.
What do you mean you can't hear it? The speaker's really big.